Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Demon Slayer. Guys, I have been talking about quite a bit of animes, and a lot of them have been doing things that I can truly praise and truly be happy about, but this show right here, my lord. I don't think they really know what it means to like slow down and let people catch up to all the action and stuff because the way that this show just goes in, it's pretty remarkable. Like, imagine a show that has the good talking and has the nice character interactions and all of this stuff is joyous. Like, you're like, oh man, like he's a really nice kid. He's, offers to help if people need help. He's just a good kid overall. And then you get to see the action and you're like, there's no way this action can be as top tier as just the character interaction. Like, can it? And my God, is this show getting comfortable with its fights? This to go from watching hold on a second. Sorry, I need to itch my head. Going from last week, right, where he's already fighting these guys, we kind of understand what the unique thing is about them and stuff like that. We go from that to all of a sudden looking at the craziest, like closest thing to our main character understanding um, just how strong his ability is. Like, he noticed that everything he does is water. So if he's in a swamp area right now, his first instance was my attack is going to be tenfold. Like, because I'm surrounded by my element, it's going to literally rip these demons apart. And not only do they have the advantage of speed, sight, and probably could even hear in that weird place that they have. He had the advantage in overall power. Not to mention somehow that thread that he keeps seeing is such a key component to his fighting style. Which, if you didn't notice, um, he didn't get the thread when he sees this guy at the end of the episode. So he really does not usually attack haphazardly knowing that the thread that pretty much is telling him that it's going to be successful is not there. So, um, much respect on him for actually like composing himself in front of the person who he believes may be the one who actually this guy may be the one who actually attacked his family and did what has happened to them. Not to mention the fact that uh, he thinks if he destroys this guy, his sister will turn back. Like, I think it's gonna be more like a vampire type of deal. Like, what if you killed the king of all the demons and there is no demon king? What if they all die? What if they all just get taken out? So that was kind of my first prediction was if you take out the source, because guys, after everything we see in this week's episode of the fighting and all how crazy it could get and stuff, it doesn't even compare to how fast, how quickly this man has cut someone on the back of his neck. Not only did he cut him on the back of his neck, he then goes to show us that, hey, I can turn demons, I can turn humans into demons quicker than you can blink your eye. And this man is already tearing into his wife that he's, or girlfriend, whatever they were, but they were just enjoying their night, and next thing you know, he's a full-fledged demon eating into the person that he's on a date with. So I was mind blown. I was tripping, guys. That's some ridiculous power, and to think that we're going to see just what all this main guy, this main demon anyway, can do kind of scares me in a lot of reasons. I mean, I'm guessing you guys can see why, but just seeing this week was absolutely nutty, and I honestly can't wait to see what you guys think about the overall sense of what this guy can do. Not only that, but how he has instilled absolute terror into other demons, that a demon that could split himself into three and they all have their own I was going to say fighting style, but they all did fight kind of the same. The only difference was their thought processes were different. Like, one wanted to always go in and fight. They didn't care about the consequences. Not to mention the one that was left alive believed that just because he was a demon, he's going to recover everything in a flash, you know? So he kind of had that in the back of his head, and then all of a sudden when he saw, um, or not when he saw, but when he heard this kid wanted to know where the guy was that he names, everything kind of just starts breaking down. I can't tell you. I can't. Just get super, super scared. So if you didn't get scared by that, you're braver than I. Because I'm pretty sure we're about to see some epic, epic fights coming pretty soon. So to be fair, I kind of want to know what this demon's story is already. I mean, he's literally living a human life, which we got to remember that the very first guy we've ever met told us the story about how the demons like came about, or what we think the demons story is. And this is the guy who was the first human who was ever turned into a demon, I believe. So if he still is trying to remain or retain that human side, and he has a daughter and a wife, I honestly stand against what I was feeling in the previous moments, just like him as well. Like, the best part of this episode was we got to see exactly what he was feeling and exactly how he wanted to deal with the final guy. And by seeing him with a human wife and a human daughter, it definitely took him off guard. It definitely probably put the the mind thought process of how is he doing this. And if you think about it, it's much easier for him than his sister, because he's probably drinking blood. I mean, unless he's not drinking blood, and that's the only reason why he kind of retains this capable ability of remaining so human amongst people who should notice the difference between him and someone human, by the way. um, yeah, it's just an interesting overall story. I mean, maybe because this city comes alive at the night like how it is right now, it's just a normal thing to pretty much not pay that much attention to all of the small things, not knowing what the heck could already be out there and whatnot. But I don't know. That's not anything. I just can't picture what's going on in their mind at this point when we see this, because I mean, it's like he's had to have gone to stores or something with his daughter, or to parks or something, you know, and I guess anybody who sees him or gets in his way, he could just scratch him within like lightning speed, man. He was so quick at how he did this. No one noticed it besides our main character. And I think the only reason why he noticed it was because it was just so off-putting for him to pay attention to him, you know, like, oh, this kid seems frantic, and then turn around, see the next dude that walks past, scratch him, and then just wait pretty much for the kid's reaction. So not only is he putting out a reason for a demon slayer to show his true abilities. I'm thinking of this as I'm giving you guys a review, because this is now getting crack. He pretty much can now learn exactly how this kid fights by fighting a lesser demon that's just someone he created on the spot that he has no attachment to at all. And then not only is he going to see his technique, this is going to be the confirm of, okay, yeah, this kid literally just tried to pull his sword out on me. He is a demon slayer. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things he does like just by doing what he did, that gives me the feeling that he's way way smarter than anything we've seen so far, and I can't wait to see what he actually brings to the table because at this point, uh, the demons that our boy has been fighting, it's not like too scary or like they're not pushing him that far, I feel like. So if that's the case, hopefully that can continue because seeing this guy and how much different the level gap is, it's kind of obvious that our boy is just not ready right now. Our little demon slayer has found a huge clue to his family's death, but at the same time, you have just found yourself in a much, much worse spot than you could ever imagine at this point in time. So hopefully he doesn't get messed up getting into this like right now, because man, these guys don't play. I've never seen a demon be so like confident in doing something like, or not a demon, but a bad guy character doing something like that in front of their family. Like there was someone like in Full Metal Alchemist who wouldn't even do really that much crazy stuff in front of his actual family because he just didn't want to expose them to that. This man's like, I'll expose them to it. Screw it. Like, whatever, bro. So yeah, I'm definitely terrified of this guy. This man don't even care if his family's involved with this demon slayer that showed up, or he knows this kid is so inexperienced and that it doesn't matter. He can squash this kid without even his wife and kid noticing. So, or he could just leave for 2 seconds and come back. That there's something about the way he did this that made me feel like he's got it under control, even though he got caught off guard by someone who just ran up. Like a demon slayer can straight up smell you out of a crowd of people. That should be a red flag for him. So we'll see how he deals with it in the next week's episode. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will talk to you in the next one.